Age of Light. Once, in an age now sung of only in legend, the galaxy basked in the radiance of the Trades hero empire. From the neon sands of Andromeda Prime to the ice palaces of Uranus, their banners flew high, shimmering with the power of the 5 stars of light. These 5 stars, clarity, alignment, execution, experience, and growth, shone not as mere celestial bodies, but as the very essence of the Empire's greatness. Customers across the spiral arms whispered the same refrain: "The heroes save the day." Their calls were answered swiftly, their problems solved with kindness, their trust rewarded with honor. Where other empires faltered in greed or arrogance, the Trades hero empire thrived through service. They weren't just a company, they were a constellation of hope. The Space Knights of the Order of Hero. Mike guarded this peace, clad in radiant armor, their plasma swords raised in pledge to defend the mission. Hero. Mike himself, plunger in one hand, wrench in the other, stood as the eternal symbol of what it meant to lead with both strength and service. For 1,000 cycles, peace reigned. Competitors faltered. Rivals fell. Customers swore allegiance across generations. The galaxy knew a golden age. The stars blazed ever brighter. But even in the brilliance of the 5 stars, a shadow lurked. In forgotten corners where processes were neglected and discipline waned, whispers stirred. Whispers of Necron, the evil space sorcerer whose prison strained against the fabric of reality. His cult festered, plotting in silence, waiting. The Age of Light was glorious. But as every leader knows, the moment you believe peace is permanent is the moment you invite darkness to rise. Business Fable. Lesson: the Age of Light. The Age of Light reminds us success is not self-sustaining. The Trades hero empire thrived because of its 5 stars: clarity, alignment, execution, experience, growth. But even at its brightest, danger brewed in the shadows of neglect. Empires, like businesses, are most vulnerable at the peak of their glory, because that's when vigilance fades. Leaders must remember: celebrate success, but never assume it will last forever. Reinvest in values, culture, and customer trust every single day. Complacency is the first crack where corruption slips in. The Age of Light was not just history, it was a warning. Keep the stars burning, or the shadows will rise. Chapter 1. Necron, Shadow in the Stars. Though the galaxy glittered with the brilliance of the 5 stars, not all basked in their glow. For beyond the reaches of prosperity, in the forgotten gulfs between nebulae, there pulsed a prison of cosmic stone. Here, entombed by the combined will of the ancient heroes, lay Necron, the evil space sorcerer, the bane of civilizations, the devourer of cultures, the unholy CEO of Chaos Inc. Imprisoned, yes, but defeated? Never. From the black cracks of his cell, whispers seeped like dark ink across the cosmos. His voice echoed in the dreams of the discontent, the lazy, and the greedy. Why serve when you can consume? Why strive when shortcuts promise more? Why honor the 5 stars when shadows offer power without sacrifice? And so his cult grew. The cult of Necron hid in breakrooms where corners were cut, in boardrooms where short-term profit was worshipped over long-term trust, in call queues left abandoned while customers screamed into the void. Their leader, the traitor Lysander, spread Necron's gospel with serpentine charm, promising the galaxy an easier way. Abandon the light, embrace the darkness. The Trades hero empire, in its shining confidence, dismissed these whispers as harmless. A few grumblers, nothing more, they said. Our stars burn too bright for shadows to thrive. But shadows love bright places. and in every unchecked corner Necron's power swelled. From his prison the sorcerer smiled, his eyes glowing like dying suns. His time would come again, and when it did, the Trades Hero Empire would pay for its arrogance. Chapter 2. The Trap of Jurassica 4. From orbit, Jurassica 4 looked like paradise, an emerald jewel wrapped in mists of violet. But paradise is often camouflage for doom. Hero Mike and the Space Knights descended with confidence, their fleet splitting the clouds like blades of light. Plasma swords hummed in their scabbards, laser cannons pulsed with righteous fury. "For the Trades Hero Empire!" the knights roared, their voices booming across the comnet like a choir of warriors. But beneath the canopy, danger stirred. Jurassica 4 was not paradise. It was a trap. The jungles trembled as colossal shadows stalked the undergrowth, raptors sharpened by sorcery, pterodactyls armored in obsidian, a tyrannosaur whose eyes blazed with unholy light. Each beast bore the sigil of Necron, etched in runes that pulsed like open wounds. And atop these, thunder lizards rode the cult of Necron, their cloaks snapping like banners of betrayal. The first wave hit like a meteor strike, plasma against scale, laser against claw. Knights fought bravely, but the beasts came endlessly, each strike more savage than the last. Then came Lysander. Once a commander of the Trades Hero Empire, now draped in robes of black and crimson, his voice carried across the battlefield like poison. "Fools of the light! Did you think victory could be won with courage alone? Your stars dim with every heartbeat. The age of the trades. Hero Empire ends tonight." With a wicked smile, Lysander raised the blade of betrayal, an artifact forged in the furnaces of Necron's prison. In a single, terrible act, he severed his own head, a sacrifice to the evil space sorcerer. The ground cracked, the skies screamed, the 5 stars flickered, dimming across the galaxy. Call queues backed up, dispatch faltered, customers felt the tremor in their bones. Jurassica 4 was not a battle. It was a revelation. The Empire had been lured, unprepared, into chaos. And the price was the dimming of the light itself. Or, Chapter 3. The Shattered Stars. The galaxy trembled. From the edges of known space, in the void where silence itself screams, came the sound of stone cracking. Necron's prison, carved from the bones of dead stars, sealed with the blood oaths of the ancients, groaned against its bindings. The sacrifice of Lysander, traitor priest of the cult, had fed its core. With every beat of his corrupted soul, the prison weakened. And then, shatter. A thunderclap of cosmic horror ripped through the heavens as the prison exploded into dust. The evil space sorcerer was free. Necron, cloaked in shadow fire, stepped onto the galactic stage once more. His voice rolled like thunder, not spoken, but imposed upon every mind. "Hear me, galaxy of weaklings. Hear me, pathetic empire of plumbers and fixers. I am Necron, eternal sorcerer of shadows. I am your inefficiency, your arrogance, your complacency given form. You built your empire on 5 fragile stars. Watch as I extinguish them, one by one." Across the cosmos, the 5 stars flickered. What was once radiant became fragile sparks. Hold times lengthened. Dispatch crumbled. Miscommunication spread like plague. Customers, who once swore eternal loyalty, now turned away in frustration. The light dimmed, and with it, trust. The Trades Hero Empire reeled. Whole fleets faltered as undead starships, risen from forgotten graveyards, tore through their supply lines. Outposts once gleaming with chrome and light fell to chaos, Their banners burned, their halls echoing with the screams of corrupted systems. The Space Knights stood ready, but even they felt it. The heaviness, the despair, the knowledge that their stars were no longer burning as they once did. The Empire had not been destroyed by conquest, it had been undone by neglect. And above it all, Necron laughed, a laugh that devoured hope. The shattered stars marked the dawn of an age of darkness. Chapter 4. The Artifacts of Renewal. The galaxy was burning. The 5 stars had dimmed, their brilliance reduced to flickers in the void. The once proud trades hero empire stumbled, its ships running on fumes of glory past. But where shadows deepen, heroes rise. Hero Mike stood on the bridge of the glorious Router 1, staring into the abyss with his plunger of light dim at his side. His armor was cracked, his voice was hoarse, his people's hope was failing, and yet within his battle-scarred chest burned a truth older than the stars. The light could be reignited. A message came from the Council of Eternal Trades. Seek the artifacts, Hero Mike. 4 tools forged in the crucibles of leadership. With them, the 5 stars may burn again. Through the acid storms of Nebulan Gamma, they battled toxic rain serpents to claim the artifact of clarity. A crystal that pulsed with vision so pure it sliced through confusion like a plasma blade. Across the ruins of the obsidian hives, where corrupted managers whispered empty promises, they fought swarms of drone bees to secure the artifact of alignment, a relic that united voices into a single, thunderous choir. In the molten forges of Vulcanis 9, guarded by a cyber demon fueled by procrastination itself, Hero Mike swung his wrench of awesome might and won the artifact of execution, a hammer of relentless follow-through. And in the haunted scrapyards of Andromeda Prime, among rusted fleets of failed customer service initiatives, they unearthed the artifact of experience, a radiant mirror that reflected not the business, but the eyes of the customer. One by one, the artifacts were gathered. One by one, hope returned. Each relic sang with energy, each lesson burned brighter, each victory echoed across the stars. But Necron knew, and Necron watched. From the shadows, his voice tore through the cosmos like a storm. Gather your toys, little plumber king. Collect your trinkets of leadership. It matters not. For while you chase artifacts, I'm building an empire of undead efficiency that shall eat your customers alive.